Good afternoon. Welcome to Teleislas News with the most relevant and important information of the day. In the 29th edition of the World Travel Awards, 14 awards were given to Colombia, and one of these awards went to our archipelago department of San Andres.
The new version of the World Travel Awards, recognized as the Oscars of Tourism, awarded Colombia 14 times, recognizing it for its destinations, agencies, and tour operators, and exalting several major cities in the country as favorite tourist destination. Among those that stood out in the awards are San Andres, Medellín, Bogotá, Cali, Barranquilla, and Cartagena, being San Andres the winner in the category Leading Beach Destination in South America. This is the 5th recognition received by the department, of which 3 have been consecutively. The first award came in 2014, the second in 2015, the third, fourth, and fifth in 2020, 2021, and 2022, respectively. Other cities awarded during this edition were Medellín as the region's leading emerging tourist destination, Bogotá as the leading business destination, Santiago de Cali as the leading cultural city, Barranquilla as the leading destination for festivals and events, and Cartagena as the leading honeymoon destination in South America. ProColombia, the international tourism management agency with the largest share of exports and foreign investment, was recognized as the region's leading promotion agency.
Illegal fishing was confiscated in a protected area of the archipelago, and the National Navy extends an invitation to the community not to engage in this type of act.
Taking into account that Quitasueño is a restricted area for seafood fishing, Colombian Navy units seized 226 kilograms of seafood after detecting a vessel fishing in the vicinity of a protected maritime area.
El pasado 30 de agosto,
Last August 30th, through patrols of the ARC 20 de Julio in the area of Quitasueño, intercepted an industrial vessel in an unauthorized zone as stipulated in the Agreement 002 of Carolina of 2019. Upon inspection, it was found that the industrial fishing vessel named Miss Astria was in the area surrounded by smaller boats. Upon verifying that it was illegal fishing, the vessel was taken to the San Andres Coast Guard Station, where it is currently at the disposal of the competent authorities.
Finally, the commander called on the community to respect the regulations that protect the environment of the islands.
The call is made to both industrial and artisanal fishermen to respect the regulations that are stipulated for the benefit of fishing.
The confiscated material was placed at the disposal of the Secretariat of Agriculture and Fisheries of the departmental government, while the captain of the vessel was captured and placed at the disposal of the Judicial Police Sihin for the alleged crime of illegal fishing activity.
And through an agreement signed with ICETEX and the Ministry of the Interior, the opening of the call for the Value Generation Fund is announced. This fund is intended for formal higher education program at the undergraduate and graduate level.
The departmental administration extends an invitation to the community to participate in the call of the ICETEX Value Generation Fund. The call is aimed at young people elected as youth councillors, population belonging to the LGBTI community, and population identified as informal vendors or their children, and other populations subject to attention of the Ministry of Interior that are not served by any specialized fund. These applicants must seek higher education programs at undergraduate levels such as technical, technological, and university degrees, and postgraduate levels such as specialization, master's, or doctorate degrees. For more information, you can access the ICETEX website.
On Saturday, the Afro Mission was developed. This is a meeting led by the Development Bank of Latin America, CAF, and sponsored by the Association of Municipalities with Afro Population, AMUNAFRO. The local government, the Rizal Authority, and other representatives of this community participated.
Last Saturday, we had this meeting with AMUNAFRO, with the support of the CAF, and what they're doing is that in these meetings, they are going through the entire country, gathering information to present in the National Development Plan, and it's with the indigenous community like Afro, Black community, Raizal, and the Palenqueros. And this is to present our different needs, the things that we suffered, so that it can be integrated in the National Plan of Development. Some of these needs were very interested because we were able to present them, like housing program that applied to Raizal, because we are on the stratification that they put us on. We do not apply because it covers only until the stratification 2. So when we are Sisbenized, we go beyond with the puntos that they gave us, so we do not qualify. But another problem that the Raizal have is the losing a land. And when we lose land, we can't build a house. So the problem of land and house has to go together. Another problem is one of education. We do not have access to higher education and to go to a university, because going to university means for us, the Raizal, quite a lump sum of money. We have to think at least 15 to 20 million pesos before we leave from home, and our parents do not have that amount of money. Also, we have another need, which is we talk about political participation. Even though the law is clear that the Raizal community should have participation in the local administration, such as the assembly, we do not have Raizal there representing Raizal cause. They were elected generally or by general or votation or election, but there are no special circumcision where Raizal is seated in there to defend the Raizal cause. So we need that also, and a type education that will be different. Our children have to learn in their first language. They must be taught in their first language, which is Creole English, and not Spanish, to frustrate them, to create psychological trauma, and then they are clarified or sometimes stigmatized that they can't learn. That is one of the problems we have suffered as Raizal people.
The departmental administration continues with the registration to benefit micro-businesses of the island of San Andres with the program for the economic reactivation of the island.
Este es un programa del Sistema General de Regalías.
This is a program of royalties management and the government of the department that seeks to promote the system of departmental micro-entrepreneurship. That is to say that we want to strengthen micro-entrepreneurs in two ways. The first is in an economic sense, where they could receive 70 million pesos for investment to invest in their businesses. And the second approach is a business strengthening, that is to say that the micro-entrepreneur knows what to do with this economic development, will be the strengthening in what is entrepreneurship, personnel management, communication skills, among others.
The Around the Rock sector has been experiencing an overflow of sewage that is causing bad odors and dissatisfaction among the community.
Bad odors and contamination caused by the overflow of sewage at the main entrance of a neighborhood from Around the Rock, where residents express their concern about this situation that has been bothering them for months and fear that this situation could trigger public health problems.
That wastewater smells very bad, and when it rains it overflows even more and you can't get through, and it's something that affects both residents and tourists. For several months we have been witnessing the overflow of wastewater at the entrance of one of the neighborhoods from Around the Rock. The respective authorities have not come to inspect and look at the issue. This generates bad odors and also a bad image for the sector, since this has become a tourist site and tourists have been complaining.
The residents of this community hope that the competent authorities will take measures to prevent this situation from getting out of control and becoming a source of infection for the inhabitants.
And now let's get to know other facts that are making news today in our brief news section.
The Environmental Protection Group of the National Police conducted surveillance and control of illegal trafficking of biodiversity, rescuing a boa constrictor snake that was in a house in the New Guinea neighborhood. The departmental government began a day of embellishment called I Love and Care for Our Environment in the Sagrada Familia Neighborhood Park. The activity consisted of maintenance, pruning of the green area of the sector, and collection of special solid waste, among others. 55 families benefited from this first activity conducted by the Secretariat of Public Service and Environment with the joint participation of the sector and its interdisciplinary team. Luisa Vasquez Vergara from San Andres was appointed as the new Director of Quality and Sustainable Development of Tourism of the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Tourism. The appointment was made official this Thursday by the Minister of this department, Germán Umaña Mendoza.
With this information, we reach to the end of our broadcast. We see you tonight at 8 p.m. with more of Teleislas News. Good afternoon.